Off the camera here.
Off. Everything's off. I just.
Okay, apparently this is off.
Okay, I've got Michael Anton here with the National Security Committee. I think with respect to President Xi's visit, we intend to have a readout later. Hopefully we can, we'll gather with the pool at the very least. We'll see what the rest of the day looks like about trying to get back over here as well, but we'll continue to update that. I just wanted to provide a little bit of a tick-tock on the President's action. I know there's been a lot of interest in this, and then we can take a few questions on this. But with respect to the action that the President took in Syria, and the questions regarding the timeline, let me just kind of walk you through it. On Tuesday at about 10:30 in the morning,
Hey, Jeff, it's a little awkward. Apparently, he does not want this briefing to be on camera. As a result, they've told the pool cameras there at that briefing to get off of him. We're hearing his audio, but I take it this has now been designed as an off-camera briefing. In other words, it's on the record, but we're not allowed to shoot it. Is that right?
Wolf, that is our understanding, and just to give you a bit of a sense of location and place here, we are down the road a bit from Mar-a-Lago at the White House workspace, the filing center where all reporters are working here. And Sean Spicer was doing an interview with Fox News earlier on camera, and several reporters, including CNN, Jim Acosta, and myself here, asked Sean Spicer to answer questions on camera. They said they would do a briefing, but preferred to be off camera for some reason here. Wolf, they are wanting the President's words from last night to be the main message of this administration here, but a bit unusual given the day after a major military operation, the first in this administration here, to not have more on-camera briefings here. Apologies for being sort of in the weeds with our viewers here, but Sean Spicer is now talking to reporters, taking some of those questions, and really, Wolf, what he's doing is walking through a timeline that I just laid out for you a second ago of the last few days or so here that led up to this decision last evening here at Mar-a-Lago.
All right, a little awkward moment, but it's inside baseball as far as TV coverage of the Sean Spicer briefing is concerned. We'll get back to you. Jeff Zelony's down in Palm Beach, Florida. The United States informed Russia before launching the Tomahawk cruise missiles into Syria. About an hour before, Russia has reacted quickly with more than just heated words. Let's go to Moscow. Paula Newton is on the scene for us. Paula, first of all, what is Russia saying about the U.S. airstrike, and perhaps even more importantly, what are they doing?
Well, if we get to what they're doing first, they've suspended that air safety communication. That's the communication that makes sure that U.S. and Russia don't have a collision in the skies over Syria. But on top of that, they are sending a warship out back to the sea off the coast of Syria, and they are saying that they are building up their anti-missile defenses. What does all that mean? At this point, it hadn't meant much, Wolf, until that explosive news, really, from Barbara Starr. And when we get to the news about going back to what Rex Tillerson, the Secretary of State, said, Russia was either complicit or incompetent. And it seems to me, in speaking with Barbara Starr, the Pentagon is saying, look, we're going to try and find out from Russia if they did use chemical weapons. How come you didn't know that they had them? Or did you know that they had them and you knew they were going to use them? We obviously are just starting to learn this, Wolf, and we'll get reaction to you as quickly as we can. The main problem here is that there is no arbiter, there is no referee that is going to decide this. Russia continually says that, look, you have no evidence and you can't prove that even Syria the Syrian government was the perpetrator of that attack. I want you to listen now to the deputy UN envoy for Russia speaking just a few moments ago at the UN Security Council meeting. Take a listen.
We describe that attack as a flagrant violation of international law and an act of aggression. We strongly condemn the illegitimate actions by the U.S. The consequences of this for regional and international stability could be extremely serious.
Now, Mr. Safronov did more than that. He seemed to be taunting Nikki Haley, the U.S. representative there, by saying, we're not going to hold up any photos, but what about the airstrikes and what they have, your airstrikes and what they've done to children in Mosul? And here's the interesting part, Wolf. He just said that, look, we're not the ones that are afraid of an independent investigation into this chemical attack. You are afraid. The United States is afraid of an independent investigation into this attack. Wolf, suffice it to say that once Russia learns the news of what the Pentagon is claiming that they may or may not know about this attack, we will once again have a fairly strong reaction from Russia.
Yeah, this tense relationship between the U.S. and Russia looks like it's going to get a whole lot worse. Nikki Haley, the United States ambassador to the United Nations, is speaking at the UN Security Council on this strike. Let's listen.